BMT. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
Razor P on this track.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. Riding around trying to play the role, Miss Innocent with an evil soul. In public wearing fake halos, behind closed doors she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong, knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worrying about another being instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
All stand, please. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. This honorable court now stands adjourned, signed, aye. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. You may be seeing this motherfucker. Hey, shout out to the Bay Mama Terry's Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what we're going to talk about today is a very unfortunate situation. You have a Bay Mama terrorist simp enforcer who was charged with the murder of an 8-year-old boy. Not only that, did you know that the Bay Mama terrorist and the simp enforcer left the 8-year-old boy remains abandoned with the siblings for a whole year since 2020? And the 8-year-old boy remains was next door to his brother. I shit you not. This happened in Houston, Texas. Yep, happened in Houston, Texas. Oh man, this is some shit. And what kills me is the fact that these baby mama terrorists and these simp enforcers will sit back and make excuses, talking about that ain't true. You hate women, you hate black women, your mama black, and so on. Yeah, I'm gonna walk them down slowly today. And every day, every fucking day, every day is a story on a baby mama terrorist Xing out the child or abandoning the child or neglecting the child, or the simple forcer is doing it and she's allowing it. And this right here was definitely tripped out because it was just some days ago on TikTok. I was talking to these baby mama terrorist feminist supporters, them Al Karens, and one told me, because it was about that Al Karen that jumped 190 feet with her newborn, her 3-year-old, off the building. And she said that men cause more harm with abuse than the women. I said, that's not true. You can look up the stats. She said, where? I said, you can look up the CDC. you can look up the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. And she got with the big words and saying that's a lie, and talking about they hold women accountable. Well, if they really held women accountable for all the evil deeds they do to the children, then why would they have custody 85 and 90% of the time when it comes to child custody? See, that's what I'm saying. These baby mama terrorists and these supporters, these simple forces, man. I told you the majority is not gonna side with you. The majority is gonna always talk against you, go against you. They will never ever go against the code. You got people in this sector that want to be so commercial that they not gonna call out everything. They'll just say so much. So a lot of people want to be commercial, so they'll only go so far. Well, me, I prefer to just stay underground because I'm not finna limit myself to get more shines, likes, notoriety, and donations. I'm not going. I'm gonna get it from individuals that see it for what it is and know what the truth. Know when the truth is the truth, especially when it's in your face, and they're not gonna deny the truth. You
can't handle the truth.
Them types. And like I said, we definitely have to separate ourselves. Now, a dude off Instagram say, "What do you mean by separating ourselves?" What do you mean? What do I mean by separating ourselves? If you walking down the street and you see some trouble on the corner, where you see some no good going on, what you do? You walk the other way. Why would you keep on going towards it and you end up being in the situation? You walk away from it. So, asking something like that, I don't know. Just like if you was a ex-street dude or ex-alcoholic, ex-drug addict, you decide to better yourself, you know damn well you can't hang around them same individuals you were doing the bullshit with, because they're not going to say, hey, man, it's good you're doing your thing and you change your ways. I won't ask you to drink, snort, or do some shit. They're going to say, man, come on, man. Man, you got me drinking by myself. You got me smoking by myself. Man, come on, man. We going to make them bust them dope moves. So what you got to do? You have to separate yourself because you don't want to get involved in some shit that possibly you can't get out of. Also, when it comes to separating ourselves, don't necessarily mean pack up and go. It's a mental thing. You know not to be around it. You know not to entertain the shit. You know not to go around that type of rhetoric. I'll text you maybe. I'll see you at gatherings. Hell, I'll maybe see you at funerals. But that's what I mean by separate ourselves. Everybody can't just pack up and go. But mentally, you can. Guaranteed. And also, before I get started, I want to give a shout out to the dislike, because I got one as soon as the shit came on. That's cool. I got it. I'm going to let Reverend next speak his piece, and we'll continue.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Not at all. Everybody else coming in, hit the like button 10 times, man. And I want to give a shout out to my boy Tola for the $5 donation. He said, all rise for the Honorable Justice Palmer. I stay in coat. 100. Keep them veins cold. Shout out to you, my brother. And the thing about it is, this could happen every day, all day. Motherfuckers still gonna try to deflect from the shit. Well, maybe she had mental issues. Maybe she's holed up against her will and all this shit. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry. I ain't been on in a couple of days, man. I've been back running for my child support, man. So I'm gonna be coming on here different times when I can. It won't be every single day like I was, but it'll be definitely when I can, but it's gonna be different time. Ain't gonna be no set time or nothing, because definitely got to still spread awareness, but at the same time, I got to keep running for my child support. I'm back running for child support. So I appreciate y'all tuning in when y'all see I'm on or I'm about to get on everything. Appreciate y'all to the fullest. Now back to what I said earlier about the baby mama tears on TikTok. She said that that's a lie. So, before we get started with the baby mama tears and the Simple Forcer boyfriend, I'm gonna have to go back to this again. Now, again, the reason why I showed the 2001 to 2006, because if I go to the 2019, 18, or the 2020, it comes like 100 pages. You got to go deep in there, depth in there to find out when it comes to who abuse and neglect the child and child fatalities. So I have to go to the simplest one where you can see it for yourself, 2001 to 2006, right? And like I said, a baby mama terrorist, one of them Al Karen said that, well, men are the most abusive. That's a lie. And you already know, even though I'm talking about 2001, 2006, it's 1.4 million when it comes to mothers abusing and neglect. And when it comes to child fatalities, and that don't mean she actually X'd them out like that, but it could be from neglecting the child or abusing the child, it called the fatality. So it ain't necessarily got to mean that she stabbed him or her or shot him or her, but she caused the child to die because of this. And you already know this was from 2001 to 2006. You know damn well right now in 2021 that it's probably double, if not triple. You can't make this shit up. And men, and even some of you women, if they tell you that men are the most neglect, child abuse, neglect, and cause the most child fatality, it's a lie. Just look up the 2020, the 2001 to 2006 U.S. Department of Health. All you gotta look up Department of Human Services and type in this, and you'll see. Now again, when it comes to the mothers, mother only, nobody else around, $1.4 million. Million dollars. That's 1,452,099 from 2001 to 2006. When it comes to child fatalities, 1,704. Now, when it comes to the mother and the other, meaning the stepfather or simple forcer boyfriend, hey, it could be a girlfriend. It's 222,836 when it comes to mother and other. And when it comes to the fatalities, it's 565. So altogether, when it comes to the mother alone and with somebody else other than the father, 1,674,935. When it comes to the child fatalities, it comes to 2,269. And again, let's go to the father. You go to the father only, that's just him. 661,129. And when it comes to child fatalities, come to 859. This right here ain't even half of this. Now, when it comes to the father and the stepmom, or the father and the girlfriend, even the father and the alphabet, it comes to 37,836. When it comes to child fatalities, it comes to 77, right? So since we on the subject of the baby mama tears and the boyfriend, 222,836 versus 37,836. That's a big ass margin compared from the father and his girlfriend and the mother and her boyfriend, ain't it? Even with the fatalities. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, listen, even if they say the father only, they say 10,000 have been abused and neglected and 5 fatalities, that's not a good thing at all. So it's not about saying, oh, well, this is justified, but this isn't. Ain't none of it justified. But when you sit back and tell me that the mothers don't do this or they do this less than fathers, I have to go back to this. But like I said, let's go back and look at the mother and the boyfriend versus the father, and the girlfriend. 222,836 and 37,836. It's a long margin away from each other. Even with the fatalities, 77 versus 565, not even nowhere half of that. Now, if you want to do the total with the father alone or with the mother, 698,965 comes out to almost 700,000. Then it comes out to 936. So that's what I'm saying. When they talk about this, that's why I just show this. Even though a lot of people are gonna say that's not real, that's not true, but they won't look it up, and all you gotta do is look it up yourself. Like I said, if you want to see the current 2020, you have to go. There's so many paperwork. You gotta click this, click that, and download this, download that. Since we online, make it simple. You just look it up yourself. Believe me, it's double and triple for both. But this motherfucker right here, like I said, these the ones they give 85 to 90% custody to. See, but motherfuckers want to tell me that ain't true. And then you got other people who are commercials trying to call it out, but they don't call it like they should. They just say so much because they don't want to lose their, female following. I want to give a shout out to Jay Daniels for the $4.99. He said the fun, the baby mama tears. Yeah, 100% facts. But like I say, I blame government daddy because they allow this because all they care about is that $51 billion business. Shout out to Tola once again for $2 donation. He said the government daddy program, geopolitical / economics of today. Yeah, 100% facts. So that's why I wanted to show you this before. And that's why I say I don't have a problem showing y'all over and over and over to get reminded, because some people be new and don't know. When y'all talk about custody of our kids and the difference between the two, and they try to say men ain't shit, deadbeats, low lives, don't want to be fathers, and neglectful and all that shit, just show them this. Just show them this. That's all you gotta do. And if they really about the truth, then they'll tell you, yeah, you right, I see, I didn't know that. Or if you see them tell you, oh well, they just don't want to tell the truth about y'all, then you already know what it is. So, like I said, you can't make this shit up. You can't. So now we're gonna talk about this right here. Matter of fact, what I want to do right quick, I'm gonna let y'all see the mother and the father. Well, I'm sorry, the mother and the boyfriend. Mother and the boyfriend. But while I'm doing that, it's just for it's very sad. Here we go. Is that the same thing? Okay. There we go. I'm gonna read this. And then we're gonna watch a little clip. It says that, let me see, let me make this bigger. Oops. It said mother's boyfriend charged with murder after 8-year-old boy's remains found with abandoned siblings. And it said the child's mother and her boyfriend were charged in a connection with the case. They didn't charge the mother with the murder. They charged her with some other things. The boyfriend of the mother of an 8-year-old boy has been charged with murder after the child's remains were discovered in a Houston home alone with his 3 abandoned siblings, authorities said. One of the children, a 15-year-old, called authorities and said his brother had been dead for 1 year and his body was in the room next to his. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said Monday. The Harris County Medical Examiner's Office said the boy's manner of death was a homicide.
I grew up in a small town in Mississippi. I take the responsibility of representing not only my family, but all of the women across the country who know that they have some public service to.
Oh, man. Out here. Make sure I read that part. Okay. The Harris County Medical Examiner Office said the boy's manner of death was a homicide, according to Houston ABC station KTRK. His mother, Gloria Williams, 35 years old, now faces multiple charges, including injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence, human corpse, Gonzalez announced Tuesday night. So she is charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence, human corpse, trying to hide him, trying to cover it up, help the boyfriend. Now these are her kids, this is her bloodline, these are her seeds. And she didn't give a fuck about that child. She didn't give a fuck about the other kids that was there because they left them there for months in that house, malnourished and everything. Let's continue. Her boyfriend, Brian Cutler, 31 years old, had been charged with the murder of her son, who was an 8-year-old at the time of his death in 2020, the sheriff said. Both Williams and Cutler are in custody, and additional charges are expected, he said. The 15-year-old and the other two children, boys under the age of 10, were found in a home alone on Sunday, the sheriff said. Both younger kids appeared malnourished and showed signs of physical injury, he tweeted. Deputies also found skeletal remains of a small child, the sheriff said. All three children were taken to the hospital, he said. Their conditions were not released. Authorities believe the parents hadn't lived in the home for several months, Gonzalez said. Prior to their arrest, the children's mother and her boyfriend were found late Sunday night and have been interviewed and released, Gonzalez said Monday. The investigation is going on, the sheriff said. At the news conference Sunday, Gonzalez called it a horrific situation. I have been in this business for a long time, and I have never heard of a scenario like this, he said. You can't make this shit up. Let's see what the news talking about. Let me go back to it. You can't make this shit up, though. Can't make this shit up. I won't let me. Let this commercial go right quick, and then they'll play the video. Yep, it's definitely horrible. It's definitely horrific. But this happens all the time. But they don't want to talk about this. This will get the most custody and everything. Yeah. It's crazy. Definitely crazy. Let's see if it come on after this.
Been in this very horrific situation out here, very tragic. Been in this business for a long time, and I had never heard a scenario like this. I haven't been told that they were necessarily locked in, but that age, it appears that they were basically fending for each other. These kids deserve answers, and this public should never tolerate anything like this ever happening to children.
That's some crazy ass shit, y'all.
And is it reliable?
That's some crazy ass shit. Shout out to Charles Rich for the 999. He said, keep up the good fight. Fuck child support. 100%. And the reason why I put this out here like I do, because y'all need to understand that when shit hit the fan, this system, government daddy, aka child support, don't give a fuck about the children. These baby mama tears definitely don't. And the ones who don't have kids, the ones who never been in a situation, alienation, child support, and stuff like that, and going through with a baby mama tears. This is why you have to be careful who you deal with. This is for you, and this is for also for other men who did go through this, and they say, well, I want to try to start over again, build a family, or get remarried, or get serious with somebody. I want you to know this could happen to you. I'm trying to see if I get a bigger picture. I don't think that's probably the biggest is gonna be this right here. This is this all them. This two dude like Slim Shady, and it's the baby mama terrorist, and this is the simp enforcer. Got loyalty on his face, $sign. Where the fuck that is? See, that's them two right here. That's them two right here. That's her motherfucking ass right here, and that's his motherfucking ass right here. Yep. That's them. Let me see they playing the thing, because this was 24 hours ago. Let's see if it's anything new. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let y'all chime in. Shout out to Charles Rich. Cause I wanna talk about, like I say, it's funny how I realize when it comes to our society and people, and I'm gonna say it again, they don't want to talk about this because it's not good for the system. If the majority of us in society will call this shit out, the system will have no choice but to will have to change the laws. They will have to change the narrative, but they're not, because it's a money game. It's power. They're not. So that's why I say over and over, we have to change the laws in our mind. But check this out. This seemed like another. I'll check the Cash App.
Not a word coming or going. Of course, these allegations are egregious. The conditions those boys were forced to live in, enough to rattle veteran detectives. The couple now here at the Harris County Jail waiting to see a judge. I'm told they were arrested at a public library where they were looking up news articles about all of this. With her hood up and head down, Gloria Williams did not respond to our questions. Gloria, do you want to say anything to your kids or to your son who called police? The 35-year-old mother and her 31-year-old boyfriend, Brian Coulter, were arrested this evening in connection with the horrific discovery on Sunday. According to the Harris County Sheriff's Office, Williams' 15-year-old son called 911 to report he and two younger brothers had been living alone at an apartment on Greencrest with the body of a third brother who had been dead for a year. This is the 15-year-old on scene. We are not identifying him. Deputies found his brother's skeletal remains in a room at the apartment under a blanket. The boy who Sheriff Ed Gonzalez tonight said was 8 when he was killed last year died from homicidal violence with multiple blunt force injuries, ruled the medical examiner today. Manner of death, homicide. Investigators believe Coulter beat the boy to death. Then he and their mother moved out, leaving the children in the apartment to fend for themselves as their brother's body decomposed. Coulter is charged with murder. Brian, you want to say anything in your defense? Williams is charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with her son's corpse. Their mother, the one person who is supposed to take care of them, tonight heading to jail. The sheriff says both she and her boyfriend could face more charges. Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
That's some shit, y'all. They said tracking the devil. I told you, these are the devil's son-in-laws. You cannot make this shit up, man. You cannot make this shit up. See, they should charge her with murder too. They definitely should. But like I said, they will sit back, for a whole year. So that means that the children was too scared to call the police, and they've been gone for months. Somewhere they said they was at a library, for a whole year. See, these baby mama terrorists, they've been doing this shit for a long time, and a lot of us were suckers to believe that, this couldn't happen. These motherfuckers are queens. goddess, Mother Earths. You know, you can't make this shit up. So this is why I continue to do what I do, and this is why I let y'all know the depths of what I'm saying about these baby mama terrorists. Not just saying that the system is wrong and they allow this and child support. No, it's big. It ain't just about child support. When I tell you these motherfuckers don't love their kids, these motherfuckers do not love their kids. They love that dick more than they love their kids. And they hate you fathers more than they love their kids. And just because you got a baby mama terrorist that ain't X'd out your children, they doing just as much by fucking their mind up for them when they defend for themselves in the future when they grown and now they lost in the sauce. They going through another baby mama terrorist, or they have multiple kids and no daddy around. They out here hoeing and getting high and dropping out of school and living a fake ass life and lost in the world. So they just slowly dying. They still these baby mama terrorists still kill their kids because you got them getting set up for failure, all because you hate the father. The mom's veins, the mom's veins are definitely cold. Hell yeah, they veins are cold. They don't give a fuck. They don't. I want to give a shout out to Quincy X for the $5 cash app. He said, "Purge all the step dummies." Shout out to you, brother. I want to give a shout out to XL Pro for the $5 cash. Said, "Dropping hammers of truth." Appreciate you, my brother. And this is why fathers are important. This is why I keep doing what I do, because motherfuckers actually believe that men don't want to be fathers. The majority of men want to be fathers, but the baby mama terrorists in this system and society and politicians say we don't mean shit. And fuck our fight. Y'all just bitter, run for child support. See, they mad at me because, you know how I say.
Truth is what it is.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the link in here. I'm not gonna talk too long about this because proof is in the pudding. Like I said, when these motherfuckers want to sit back and tell you that y'all don't give a fuck about that these baby mama terrorists love themselves and it's because y'all ain't their ass. Nah, bitch. It's your fault. It's definitely your fault. But that's why people get mad at me, because they don't like the truth. And I told y'all before, the real pick-me is not a woman who support men. A pick-me is these stupid motherfuckers, man or woman, who pick and chooses who right or wrong based off looks, based off who they like and don't like, and based off they status. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. See, these motherfuckers don't believe in what's wrong is wrong, what's right is right. No, it's what's wrong is wrong, what's right is right, depending on who's saying it. See, shout out to Lisa D for the $5 donation. She said, "Thank you for what you do, Mr. Palmer. And I appreciate you too." Like I said, this is a men problem of all races. See, you got your baby mama terrorist allowing her simp enforcer to abuse, beat, even kill. And what she do? She didn't call the police. She didn't call the police. What she do? Let me help you out. Let me hide the body. And then she said, "I'm gonna roll with you." What about the kids? Fuck them kids. Leave them where they at. But what about the body? Well, just put them in the bed and just keep the door closed. Goddamn, you can't make this shit up, man. Shout out to David. David, he said, "Hey, Mr. Palmer, I watched your videos and took your advice. I got my kids and I'm living life. What you do is necessary. Expose these terrorists and their wicked ways." Appreciate you, my brother. That's all I'm about, brother. That's all I'm about. Just spreading awareness, man. And like I said, a lot of these motherfuckers try to say the same shit, but they not gonna go so far in depth to how it really is because they want to keep the commercial going. So I get it. I get it though. Integrity. So this is, I'm telling you, man, we have, Tommy Sotomayor called this the mommy to hate out years ago. They called him a hater. Yep. Fast forward 2021. What a disgrace. Yeah, 100%. Yep. Facts. Yep. See, it's unfortunate, man. I just put the link in, man. Who wanna what's y'all take on this? I want to know. Let's talk about this right quick. What's y'all thoughts on this? I mean, because people sit back and say this shit don't exist. You know, it's just, you just a mad black dude. You just mad because you on child support. See, and your mama black and so on. That's why I just keep doing what I do, because I told you on this select few is gonna actually see it for what it is versus the majority. It ain't even just in child support, it's just in life period, man. They go along to get along. Like, I'm gonna go back to Joe Biden. When Trump was in office, they said he was a racist, Klan member, he hate black people. And I'm be honest with you, it may be true. It may be true. But y'all said Joe Biden was a stand-up guy. He loved black people and he's for black people and stuff like that. And Trump did more for black people since he's been in office versus good old Joe Biden. Soon as y'all got good old Joe Biden in office, he signed off and everybody voted to have an Asian hate bill. And Asians start getting more hate ever since that coronavirus, and they start getting bullied or harassed or whatever. They came out with a federal bill, hate bill. You verbally or physically harm them, you get charged with a felony. Now let's go back to the black people. Black people been going through the hatred since what? Since the beginning of time. And they was going through this before they even came to America. We've been going through this shit over what, 500, 600, 700 years? And all good old Joe Biden signed for was y'all to get Juneteenth, and y'all dancing the jig talking about that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he a good old boss president. Okay. But then y'all say that Trump is racist and you say Biden is the man. You don't vote for me, you ain't black. And he gave the Asians a hate bill and gave you Juneteenth, and y'all motherfuckers dancing the jig. You can't make this shit up. And y'all motherfuckers still support this motherfucker. But me, I don't know what I'm talking about, and you just mad. You know.
Oopsie.
Yeah. See, and I'm gonna let Denzel speak for Malcolm X.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Edward, if you're doing nothing, I definitely want you to chime in. Ricky Manor, what's up, brother? I know they hate you.
Oh, they always do, man. I ain't worried about the hate that I get, though.
You proved them right. You proved them right so many times. You supposed to be the coon, the self-hater. You know what I'm saying? You just can't make this shit up, G. You just can't.
Well, I tell you, the part about all of this, though, man, it's like when you start looking at the way that all this is playing out, they just passed a bill. The Supreme Court just passed a bill this week that gives the cops more immunity.
Right.
And nobody's talking about that. Where's all the protest?
Man, they're not gonna talk about that. They're not gonna protest about that. They don't.
So it means what we're dealing with here is that we got Jim Crow Joe who says, okay, under his Supreme Court now, because he's over everything now, right?
Right.
The cops got more immunity. And the only thing we got out of all of this bullshit was a statue of a fentanyl addict and some graffiti on the road. That says Black Lives Matter.
That's that bill for him. See, that's another thing. A lot of y'all who wanted to pass that bill for George Floyd, them same Black Caucus and Cory Sellout Booker, talking about, well, we thought we had it, we didn't get it. Y'all promised when y'all got in office y'all was gonna make it happen. So that's what I'm saying. You can't make this shit up, man. That's why I say I don't entertain these boule ass dudes, man. These Black Caucus, the NAACP, they sanctions a lot of this shit, and that's what I'm talking about. They That's what I say. But when you talk about this, it's who hurt you and your mama black.
Man, the thing is, what we should be looking at nowadays, even more than ever, is not only are they making it, are they discouraging marriage in a household, putting together a household, they're actually encouraging people to go the other way. They're trying to make these young men beta instead of alpha. It's something that I'm going to cover tonight, and they're advertising this diverse lifestyle that people can pick up on, and we're supposed to just like take it and run with it. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute here. This is the beginning of the end when they start doing this and making it normal for kids.
Right. This is what they want to do because it's all about money.
Right. And, these baby mama terrorists out here, these Al Karens included, because that's what they are.
They're the worst.
Yeah, because you don't see them coming.
Nope.
You don't see them coming. It's like, here comes, we're expecting this out of these weed wearing wicked witches. We're not expecting it from the other direction. They hit you with a southpaw when they get you.
Yeah, they the mastermind of record shit.
Right.
So yeah, you definitely can't make this shit up, man. Hey, we got Toll on here. I don't think Toll ever came on here. What's up, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm in the building, man.
What's going on, man?
I'm trying to get on my laptop right now. I'm on the phone. Yeah, you can hear me clear?
Oh man, I hear you very clear, brother.
All right, fuck it, man. I could save me some shit, man. I've been bleeding money lately, man. I could save you some some electricity on fucking laptop. How y'all doing, Court family? Bong bong.
Man,
what's up?
Good.
I know how it is, man. Yeah, man. I ain't on child support. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been ducking child support, man.
Oh, you running for child support for real?
No, I just outsmart my baby moms every step of the way.
My man.
Ever since the beginning of this shit happened, man.
My man.
But the thing, I got my daughter coming this weekend. My birthday is Sunday, and I got my daughter coming this weekend, and me and my baby moms barely speak, but like,
yeah,
it's like I can't say I got this shit under control because I go through a lot, bro. Trust me, man. She hates me with a passion, and she hates me more than I hate her.
Why you think that?
But
is?
I ain't doing nothing wrong though, because love and hate is a thin line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why you think that is, bro? That she hates you?
Because she was, because of a lot of things where we speak about in the manosphere, the lack of accountability.
Oh, okay.
Like just like nobody want to say, yeah, I'm a stupid fool for that. Like I did wrong. Like damn, I fucked up. When a person don't want to admit that, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, some people just bug out and they just go the wrong way with it. They just go all the way left. And then they start trying to sabotage everything that's sacred and holy and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And then and the effects of that is just, the fallout of while we here right now speaking about the things we speak on that goes on, especially in the Black community.
Right, exactly, man. And you know what? I gotta play this again. This was like I say, these baby mama tears do not love their kids. Al Cans, Al Quishas, Al Wallamel Nishas, Al Senoritas, and even Al Chang. They all one the same and the rest of the gang. Now, I gotta go back to this. Y'all seen this before. This the one where the baby mama terrorist pretend like she didn't know what happened to her daughter. She fake crying and woe is me and please, and come to find out she and her symbol forcer killed the baby. Check this out. That was this happened common. Check this out.
My baby, just please contact the police. Just please, I just want my baby home.
Right there alongside Elizabeth Bow, just hours after police arrested the mother of Nevaeh Allen, we're finally learning what investigators believe happened to the baby girl.
Investigators believe she had been abused even before the incident that led to her death. That's part of the reason why this afternoon police arrested her mother, Linnea Cardwell.
Now, that's what I say. I want y'all to see it again because some of y'all, probably ain't never seen it, didn't see it. That's what I say. This happens often. Y'all saw the stats that I just posted from 2001 to 2006 when it comes to the symbol forcer and the mother. It's 222,000. Now, I guarantee you when you go to 2021, you got to really go deep in it. It's about 3 or 4 times more. It's a lot more. It's a lot worse. These motherfuckers do not love their kids.
Nope.
Do not. And like I told you, in 2001 to 2006, when it came to the father and the girlfriend or stepmom, it came to 37,000. Let's finish this.
And slapped Cardwell's boyfriend, Philip Gardner, with additional charges. Investigators say both played a role in the baby's murder and attempted to cover it all up. Perry Robinson has been on top of this story since the beginning and has uncovered even more tonight. Perry.
Hey, Liz and Greg, this is new video tonight of police escorting Nevaeh's mother to prison. And since our last newscast, we've also learned exactly what investigators believed happened the day the toddler died. But we must warn you, though, the details you're about to hear are graphic. Tonight, Linnea Cardwell and her boyfriend, Philip Gardner, are behind bars for killing this sweet and innocent child, Nevaeh Allen. Cardwell and Gardner were both booked on charges of second-degree murder.
And it saddens me to have to stand here with our partners and hold a press conference to discuss the fact that this beautiful, innocent angel is no longer with us.
According to arrest records, Gardner says on the day he reported the baby missing, he saw Cardwell punch Nevaeh in the stomach for grabbing her contact lenses. The baby reportedly fell back and hit her head on the cabinet.
Now you heard what the gentleman said. It wasn't the boyfriend. The mother did it because she did what?
Yeah.
She grabbed her contacts. So she punched her and knocked against the wall. Let's continue.
Gardner then took Cardwell to work. Investigators say Gardner then claims after a few hours, Nevaeh refused to eat and complained of stomach pain. Nevaeh apparently laid down on the couch, and he later found her unresponsive. According to police records, Gardner told investigators he tried to give the baby CPR, but she was, quote, cold and lifeless. Investigators say he admitted to not calling 911 in order to protect the girl's mother. Instead, police say he stuffed the baby's body in a suitcase, drove to Mississippi, and dumped her in the woods.
Now, I want y'all to notice the difference. I want y'all to notice the difference when it comes to these simple force of dummies. Now, mind you, he basically said that she murdered the baby. She did it. But you already said he wanted to do what? He wanted to... Here I come to save the day. So what he decided to do, he stuffed her in a suitcase and put her in the vehicle and drove her to the woods. But they charged, notice though, they didn't charge him with messing with evidence, messing with a corpse. They charged him with murder. Even though she did it, they charged both of them with murder. You notice that? See, why when it's the other way around, they charge both with murder, but then when it's just the boyfriend, they charge him with murder and charge her with, if they do charge him, they charge with neglect or help moving the body. Why he didn't get charged with the same shit? You can't make
bullshit.
You got more he charged. Now, hey, he deserved getting charged. But what I'm saying
part of it is it's easier to lump a dude in. They know they can get a dude convicted because the dude's gonna be held accountable.
Right.
So that's what that is.
Oh well, yeah, that's
it's bull crap, but that's what that is.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. It's not just gender bias when it comes to. I don't want y'all to think it's just gender bias when it comes to the court system, or when it comes to child support or custody.
Oh yeah,
it's gender bias all the way around.
Here's what's crazy. It's easier to get a man, like, because the prior way a jury's gonna look at it is they're gonna be like, if he involved with all of it, let's say he didn't do it. If he's involved with all of it, why didn't he stop it? And the natural tendency is gonna be to hold him more accountable. So if you know you can get her on murder one, then you know you can lump him in there because people are gonna want to hold the dude more accountable. And these prosecutors are pretty much trying to rack up wins too. So I'm not saying that's good or bad, but that's how they're going to look at it. And that's messed up. But they understand how these juries are too.
Well, it's bad. You know what I'm saying?
After time. Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because in these particular two cases, I'm not going to say like the prosecutor that's not giving the woman the murder one charge is necessarily bad if he's trying to do what he needs to do to get her convicted, but it is messed up because I do think she should be charged with that too, because technically those are her kids.
Right.
So she should be, that's all I was saying.
No, I agree. Yeah. That's what I say. He said he tried to give us CPR when he realized he couldn't. He wanted to cover for her, so he put stuff in his suitcase. She didn't say don't do that, and he took it in the
Yeah,
trunk.
he should be an accessory too, but again, they want to hold men more. They actually want to hold men more accountable. They know how the psychology of these juries, yo.
Exactly, 100%. Let's continue this. Finish the shit off.
Suitcase, drove to Mississippi, and dumped her in the woods. He reportedly even left his cell phone in the apartment, so police could not track it. Hours later, Cardwell told news cameras she had no idea what could have happened to her daughter.
I don't know what could have happened. I don't know what went wrong. I wish I would have stayed home from work. I don't know. I don't know.
Boy, the lies we tell.
So even then, she said, I wish I was at home. So what's she trying to say? That the boyfriend did it? Somebody was there.
What she's doing is she's trying, and I'm gonna tell you something, and as somebody that deals with like folks that have some mental issues as far as like, you know, being in care and being involved with that, I can tell you that when folks start doing shit like that, that's how you know they know what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
When they start doing that, because if they didn't know, they wouldn't react that way. Go ahead.
100%, man.
Gardner admitted to making a false missing person report, which led to a 3-day search by local.
Look at her.
So that and the Oscar goes to
the baby mama tears. That's what I'm saying. That's how all these motherfuckers is.
Yo, she got titties on her back too.
That bitch won a Tony Award.
She got
won the Worst Actress Award for the Tony.
She got titties in the front and the back.
You know you trying to act when you going for the Tony Award. That's when they, you know, that
that's when you can't make it to the Grammys or the Oscars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They the best actors. Let's finish it off.
To find baby Nevaeh.
The last time I seen my baby was before I went to work when I got dropped off. That's all. You having fun? Yeah.
BRPD says the case is still far from over, with more details expected to come.
You know, as a law enforcement agency, the safety of our citizens is of the utmost importance. And
stop lying, sir.
Our children.
Well, the biggest thing that annoys me about law enforcement when they say, I get they gotta perform too, but
political.
Understand it's a complete bald-faced lie when they say they're shot. Some of the shit, even that's one thing the lead attorney said. Even as an attorney, some of it, because he gets pictures of this stuff because the evidence and stuff, right? When he did the criminal shit. So if the attorneys are seeing this, you know the cops are seeing this, like, not pictures. They're seeing it. So when they say this is the first time I've never seen, that's bullshit.
Exactly.
I'm like, why are you lying? Especially depending on what city you're in. Like, I'm in Baltimore. I've never seen this shit.
You can't make this shit up, bro. You just can't. You can't make this shit up.
Released an official cause of death for Nevaeh, but today's arrest records revealed the baby did show signs of physical trauma. Police also claim Gardner witnessed other instances of abuse, but did nothing to stop it. Guys, back to you.
All right, a tough case. Perry Robinson for us tonight. Thank
you. My baby, just please contact the police. Just please, I just want my baby home.
Is she even black?
She likes his mix, but you know.
Oh yeah. No, I ain't trying to take it off of it because it's even with that mix shit, you be dealing with them, you know, them bottom shelf brats, and then like that's you know, urban stories, man. Tales of urban stories.
She looks Hispanic.
I think she got a little black.
Well, look, ain't nobody saying, you know,
baby mixed
mama,
up somehow, man.
Well, you know, everybody saying baby mama Terror saying
black
women. We all know that.
What was the boyfriend's name? Because the boyfriend looked like he's Honduran or something like that.
Yeah, like Central America.
Yeah, because I'm in the Bronx, and I'm telling you got a whole bunch of Panamanians and Hondurans here. You would never know they Hispanic until they start speaking Spanish.
Nah, but my nigga, they not Hispanic. Like they don't like being called Hispanic. They speak like Portuguese.
Oh no, but I'm talking about like remember my dad is Belizean. My dad is Central American.
All I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is what they do, they tell us that until they get around other Hispanics. Yeah. And they act like they don't know your black ass.
Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay, and it's different degrees to that. So you know, right?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is and I'm not trying to take nothing off of this because it doesn't matter for the discussion. But all of this crazy shit ain't always ADOS like black men.
Oh no, of course not.
That's what I'm saying. See, a lot of times we always, if they black, we take in everything bad. Hell, every time you see a motherfucker with a white chick be bad, like Joel Embiid and all, they be like, look, that ain't always us.
You see, you doing like when you doing what you say we do right now. What like when you say when you make a statement like that, you can't say we all do that. Like I've learned to not do that. We got a habit of doing that overall. You're right about that.
What I'm saying is when you look at the collective consciousness of the media and what they see, right? Even just like how we know this bitch is straight performing. There's a lot of people that believe, trust me, that crap works. There's a lot of dudes that will really believe, well, man, why didn't he stop her? No,
I'm glad you said that. That's why.
Nah, you're right. You're definitely right.
So now, when you talk about child support, like the motherfucker came on here from New York saying that, well, I had custody and both parents are equal. When you
I saw that.
Oh yeah, so I don't.
You better than me. You better than me.
No, I let them talk, bro. I let them talk.
No, what I'm saying is you really do what you're trying to fight for, a lot of justice. Because see, I would have, and then you was holding the dudes back because the dudes wanted, and they were right.
I'm gonna let this dude speak his piece, and y'all actually get to hear from the horse's mouth versus me just talking and pointing and all that. No, I want y'all to hear it. Yeah, it's stupid. Don't make no sense, but he really believe this. He worse than these motherfuckers are worse than the baby mama.
Yeah. So these are the dudes. So these and this is why I brought up. And I'm not saying it's like the most relevant thing, but dudes like that will sit there and say, "Oh, look at these African Americans. Look at what they do all the damn time." When they know, when a lot of these people be knowing good and goddamn well the dynamics that a lot of even other African American men don't even be paying attention to. So what I'm saying is, even in a video like that, there's layers to it. That's all. That's all.
But bro, I'm gonna tell real quick, Mr. Palmer. I do agree with what he's saying because I tell people this all the time here in New York, right? Most of the black people here, they first or second, third generation foreigners, and they get lumped up in the African American sector too because they've been here for a few generations or one generation. But like most of the black people here of Caribbean or foreign descent.
And make no mistake, I'm not saying we don't do shit. That is not. I want to be clear about that. I'm just saying we need to be assigned the shit based on what we. But that really is here nor there. That's just a There's different layers. There's even different layers to this that people might not have never thought about.
Edward, how do you feel about that?
Hold on, right
shout out to you, Mr. Palmer. But I want Edward to explain to me. How does he feel?
He want to read the super chat. He's trying to run his show, though, bro. Trying to run his show.
Shout out to Chicago Rilla right quick for the $10 donation. He said one time for all the baby mama Ted's bounty hunters. That's my brother from the Lapeef show. He's from Chicago.
Shout out, yes,
Chicago.
To the Lapeef show if y'all not already.
Shout out Chicago Rilla, man.
Shout out Rilla. Shout out Anton. Shout out Lapeef. Yo.
But before I
thought that's Atticus for a second.
I'm gonna let Atticus kick it off. But hold
on, that's Atticus. Yo, shout out to Atticus, man.
Y'all see this right here?
Yeah, trust me, man. You be having me dying, my nigga.
Hey, y'all.
Yo, I love you too, my brother. Yo, listen, forever. Listen, y'all my people. It's never gonna change.
Man, let it blow.
Never gonna change.
All right, well, yeah, like Mr. Palmer is trying to read something.
Yeah, he's trying to run a show.
I apologize.
Yeah, Taz ain't on here today.
Fuck Taz.
See, I got it. Nah, but I'm just saying, this happened in June.
I mean, you rolled a spliff or something, man.
This motherfucker, this bitch.
I'm gonna fix me a drink, man. I might go to the bar or the crib, bro.
Yo.
Listen, I'm just confident. I'm sorry, my people. I'm sorry. I'm just confident.
Well.
Nah, but you got the host of the show
he is trying to read.
Well, come on, like mute yourselves, man.
Hey, but look, check this out. Woman accused of abusing a 5-week-old daughter and sending videos to the baby's father. This happened in June 7th. This is Dade County. This is in Miami. This right here. Now, she might be Haitian. I don't know what she is, but these motherfuckers don't love their kids. She abused a 5-week-old daughter and sent the videos to the father because she mad at him and hate him or whatever the fuck.
I mean, she could be easily African American. I'm not saying these motherfuckers don't do the shit. I was just adding that there's other dynamics too. But make no mistake, shit, I wouldn't be surprised all these motherfuckers are African American. Let me
And
be
I'm
very clear
down here,
about
and
that.
I'm not surprised, man.
It don't make a difference. They all baby mama Terrence.
I just don't want motherfuckers. That's all. But make no mistake, we could do a whole channel full of nothing but African Americans verified of all the crazy
of
shit.
course.
So
Of
ain't
course,
nobody
I
trying
agree.
to dodge bullets. It's just those dynamics regionally don't get looked at all the time. But anyway, let's go.
Arizona mom used drug cocktails to murder her daughters, and that was because the father ended up getting custody, so she rather kill the kid.
Oh yeah, I remember
What the
that.
hell?
That was okay. Here's the thing about this story: both of the daughters, they're hers, but technically, this y'all not gonna like this. I'm telling you that right now, especially if y'all got kids. So one of the kids, I think is the oldest one, the bigger one you saw. She is the daughter of the first baby father, and then she got a stepdad. It went from New Jersey to Arizona. And then she kept the kid because the dude won custody in New Jersey to get his kid, which is the older one. So they gave him full custody. So when she went over there to Arizona, she kept at first it was fine, but then she went over there and then she wouldn't bring him back. And then the fucking stepfather, the new nigga with the younger kid, was helping her do that shit. And then when she basically pulled him into a room and basically gave him a whole bunch of pills and basically OD'd him, and then she trying to play like she's mentally ill, and then the fucking new nigga go be like, oh, those are my kids. Doing good and well, both of them kids ain't here. So he was low-key running interference, and this bitch was crazy the whole time when he was there. That's why the dude wanted his own kid, and the courts gave it to him. So just to give y'all insight into that story. So she went from Jersey all the way to Arizona, and then the dude went along with it. The new dude. Go ahead.
Edward, I just want to say this real quick, because I respect Edward. I've known him for years on this panel, but African Americans, you're better than you think you are.
Why are you pausing this whole thing to do some stuff between me and you? I don't understand that. I mean, I got my channel.
What do you mean pausing?
I'll happily bring you up.
Ed, what do you mean pausing?
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm just saying, African American, you're better than you think you are, because I see a lot of self-loathing, and that shit irritates me. It really does irritate me. I don't want to swear on Mr. Palmer's channel. He's been gracious enough to add me on, but you're better than I hear how you speak about yourself. You know what I mean? You are better than that. We of the diaspora watch you, and we're impressed by you. We don't look down upon you. I don't get where this mentality comes from. I've been watching a couple of channels, and it comes in like you just want to kick yourself in the fucking teeth. Why?
I can respond to that.
Yes, please.
Well, of course, we're looked upon, like you said, through the diaspora, because we are, when you talk about money, we are the wealthiest group of black people on the planet. But we do have problems. Like almost 80% of our kids are born out of wedlock. That's a problem that we need to address.
Can I say something real quick? Real quick. Who's speaking? Who's speaking right now?
Kareem Adolphus.
Kareem, salute to you.
Likewise.
Let's have a conversation, Kareem. We have problems too. Guess what? I come from a country called Kenya.
In Africa.
Yes, sir. East Africa. And we have our dysfunction. You wouldn't believe it. If you lived in Kenya, you wouldn't believe it. We're dysfunctional as anybody else. What I don't understand is why African Americans themselves kick themselves in the teeth.
So let's do this. We can have this conversation on my stuff. Hold on, because I'm gonna tell you why. The thing about it is, at Black people, we are African Americans. We are very open about putting cards in the table. See, part of African culture, and this is not good or bad, and this is something that's pretty. This is pretty much across the board. This is one of the things. You all believe that there's pride in protecting the vision of stuff, and we do this a little bit too. But when we know there is a problem that is affecting us, African Americans know we got to keep it 100 and say the 100 real. And that's why it's all this propagandic bullshit to stop that from happening. Not from you. I'm saying when we had lies, gender war BS is really predicated on certain people that don't want the real said because they understand how those cards are going to land. It's not to say African Americans are not at fault for Black men are not at fault for anything, but it's that we know those cards are not going to land the way they were. So my point is, we all know this. Now, if you want a detailed explanation, I can give you, but it's what's happening is you're free. Palmer said he didn't want to be here for a long time. So we're freezing this shit because, and it kind of sounds like you're preaching to us. And now they ain't gonna say that shit, but I'm saying we don't need to be told that we're just telling it how it is.
Ed, it's me, Atticus, bro. We know each other for years, bro.
No, we haven't known each other for years.
Guess what, Ed, I agree with you. Yes,
can I throw something in the game? I want to throw something in the game. I want to throw something in the game real quick. I've been chilling for a while. I want to throw something in the game.
I got to talk to Ed.
I'm just saying. Let me do that real quick.
I have my own channel.
Hey, can I do that, man?
Those go. Yeah.
Yeah, let me go. All I really want to say is, when they have them kids there for over a year, you got to think about it like this. And I always say this. A baby mama terrorist would not bring their the children. If they hate the father so much, they wouldn't bring the children around the grandma, the uncle, the cousins, and any side of the family of the man. So I know that's exactly what she did. So for somebody not to see him for a whole year, I know his mother. If his mother was in the life, not even him, she's so mad at the man. If the auntie, if anybody in the other side of the family, they would have been looking for him before a year happened because they would have been attached to him. That's part of their family. But because the baby mama terrorists never bring the children around the other side of the family, which is fucked up. I mean, yeah, you hate that man so much. At least show some effort by bringing around his mother. His mother want to see him. His mother. So when that happens, that's when you can have a baby for a whole year and nobody know what the fuck going on. Because nobody care about him. He ain't bringing a baby around nobody that's supposed to care about him. I just want to throw that in the game real quick. I
just want to say this to Ed because I agree with him. I agree.
You know what?
Okay.
Hey, Atticus.
Yeah, Mr. Palmer, sorry.
No, it's good. He say he want to talk about what I want to talk about. So, so that's all good. Shout out to KA from the Lapeef Show. She's over there from Lapeef Show. Y'all never subscribe to Lapeef Show once again. She wanted to host. Controversial like me and shit.
No, K. You need to stop over talking people. Stop that shit.
Nigga, you doing it.
Stop it.
You doing the shit, you doing the shit we do.
What do you mean? I'm not doing that.
You just did it.
If somebody tells me to keep quiet, I'll keep quiet.
It was said
like never stop.
But we don't want we don't want to we don't want to be assholes. I mean, yeah, the short answer is nigga, shut the fuck up. But that's not what we're trying. I'm trying to be in the spirit of Mr. Palmer. All I'm saying, Atticus, to be quick, Atticus, I got my channel. If you want to have a conversation about why black men do what they do, so you up to speed, we can do that. But I won't allow everybody else to get shit off. Dudes that got kids, dudes that deal with this struggle, because I don't got kids. So let them get it off because you're taking.
I don't have kids either. Listen, we can have this conversation.
I'm just saying. I don't like that you bring me up like I'm taking over shit. I'm not, and that's the last time I'm speaking.
I never said that, Ed. Ed,
all right,
come
it's
on.
Y'all now.
Hey, Kate.
I never said that, Edward.
Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, Kate can come in if you want to. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm gonna let my boy Negro speak his piece. He been on it for a minute. I'm gonna let Big Mike speak. Hey, Vintage Negro, what's good, bro? You there? What's good?
I'm here.
Yeah, how you feel, man?
Man, I'm not surprised at any of that you've been showing today, man.
No, I ain't. No, not at all, bro. But
I'm not surprised. I'm glad. Hey, it makes me glad I don't have any. I hate to say it, but I'm glad I don't have any children. So
I'm not mad at you, brother. you know. But I mean, it's unfortunate people sit back and say, "Oh, this ain't true. It's men that do this. It ain't women. We victims of circumstances. You lying."
It's a lot of, especially in Florida. I live in a town Sarasota, and man,
I heard of Sarasota.
Crazy, man. Some crazy behind women out here, and I hear and I hear them. They talk real reckless to their children and yell at them, and I mean,
damn.
No wonder why they grow up screwed up.
Yeah, 100%, man. But they don't want to talk about that. See, they just want to pay that child support and let Gummy Daddy take care of them. They're the new daddies, though.
Well, you know what, bro? They're not doing a very good job, man.
Not at all. And these the pillars of our community.
Vintage. What's the name? It's me, Kareem, man. Shout outs to you. You know, it's a sad thing about this too, as well, man. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of us on the panel, and also I guarantee you, majority, if not all, of those parents that's done this to these kids, we've all been. Most of us have been abused by our parents or parents. And the same goes for those people committing these crimes on these kids.
Yeah.
And we want to hide this dynamic. That's why I said, well, speaking about it's time for the righteous to stand up, man.
100%.
And nobody's gonna save us but us.
I mean,
yes, sir.
I mean, I hate to say it, bro.
Sir.
Well, I think, man, I hate to say it, bro, but I think we too far gone, bro. It's not enough of us.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, we're not.
Man, that's just my. I hope I know. I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
No,
I really
all we need is fathers. Listen, all we need is fathers, because the father's the main protector. That's why they keep the child. That's why all of them get molested. The father's the one that will crack your motherfucker.
Yes.
They have no.
Yes.
Their father's the main protector.
You're right.
Number one.
Yo.
When they lose that, they lose most of their protection. That's why they get.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I could agree with you. I'm gonna throw you a stat real quick. When you talk about, let's go to home burglaries, for example, right? Do you know just by having a man present in a house, that reduces your chances of your house being burglarized by almost 40% because that man is present? Let me tell you something, bro. If I've been walking the street. I'm 6'5", I'm 6'7", almost 400 pounds, right? I didn't have people walk up on me. I was walking down the street one day, and just by my presence, let's not rob him. The dude whispered, let's not rob him. Let's go get an easier target. So you understand what I'm saying? So there's some truth behind it, we don't want to talk about these things, man. Like, I was abused as a kid. Right. And and I have a 4-year-old daughter, and there's certain things in me where I don't even like the sound of my daughter crying. I've been times when my daughter's cried and I could not see her on a Zoom video, and I'm pretty much up here wanting to hurt somebody. I don't like it because of what I went through.
Absolutely, Kareem. But here's the thing that becomes the problem. And as far as that too far gone statement, I mean, I can understand what dude is coming from, but there's both sides to that. But as far as what you're saying, Kareem, here's the problem with black men in particular, because I'm going to talk about in the black community, African-American men. I get that feeling. I understand that feeling that you're having, but what happens with dudes is dudes want to aim that exclusively at men. It's like, I'm not saying that's you, but that feeling that they have, they don't look at like what's the totality of how the issue got created. What they tend to do is they want to absolve. I'm not saying this is you, but I'm saying a lot of dudes, they want to absolve women of any accountability. A lot of dudes believe that anything a woman does is justified because somewhere, some way, either something happened to her or somebody didn't do something for her.
I agree with that.
So like what you're saying, as somebody that's 6'7", like almost 400 pounds, you don't get to say let's say somebody did rob you, and then you knock them out, and you be justified in protecting your person. you wouldn't get to use, well, I was abused as a child as a defense, because we're not allowed to do that. Now, women can do that even if they do some real premeditated stuff. And then people will feel sorry for them, and you see that in the law and how it's exercised irregardless of race.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that feeling is good, but we got to start, and that's what we're doing here. That's why I like this.
Oh, no, let me clarify. Let me clarify what I was saying. That was in reference to where he was talking about protection of men. Like I was saying, I was using burglaries, for example. If you have a man in the house, that reduces that chance of that house being burglarized by almost 40%.
And you're correct. And
because that male presence is there.
So that part, I understand. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I'm just bringing it up. Now, as far as what you were saying, they got an article in Shreveport, Louisiana, where it was kids that, because they haven't been socialized with each other for a while because of COVID, they were fighting, they were wilding out, and then they decided to let.
The fathers, right? The fathers that came to the school, right?
And that's also important. Because what you're talking about is the reason you don't have more of what you're talking about is because there is this suppression of masculinity across the board, but in very much in the black community. And masculinity is not this thing where you get to turn on and turn off like a switch, break glass in case of emergency. That is, you're going to respect masculinity. Just like how as a man, look, I'm 5'5". Here's the thing. I'm 5'5". Here's the truth. The truth is, if I hit you, I probably can't physically hurt you either, just without a weapon or something. But see, ain't nobody but if you hit me and lay me out, ain't nobody gonna say nothing because I'm a man. But when you see a female doing that, you know, I'm not saying you should be able to, but you see, it's the mental reaction that people have with their morals and stuff. And you shouldn't even have to make a statement like what you made. The reality is, women. The problem, men respect masculinity. The problem is females don't.
I agree.
They want to have this, I want to be protected, but I want to control. That's not how masculinity works. You have to take it and let the men regulate how it's supposed to be. And they say black men are the most egalitarian men, but we are the most fair-minded. We don't be doing that good old boys network with our women. So that control, So anyway, I'll leave that and let the rest of y'all rock.
Hey, you know what?
Agreed.
I'm gonna let Big Mike speak right quick.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he hasn't spoken yet. Yeah,
man. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, sir. How's it going, bro?
Hey, good, man. I'm enjoying the conversation, man. Just sitting back listening. A couple of things I heard, man, that I'd like to address. First of all, with the situation with the mothers that are turning on the children and you know, doing this harm to their children, it's a lot of cases, man, and it seems to be endemic right at this point in time, where you're either hearing about more or more are actually happening. We already know the stats. Mothers and their lovers harm more children at almost 3 times the rate of fathers and their lovers. So, you know, the stats are out there. We know that. As far as my brother saying we're too far gone, I think it's important that we don't get caught up in group think. See, right now they've always put black people into a group.
Agreed.
And at this point in time in history, this is the first time black men are allowed to stand in our individual truths. And I, you know, it's only one truth, but the individual perception of yourself, you can actually stand to your individuality.
Well said, sir.
At this point in time. So my thing is this, you know, we don't want to get the bystander effect going to where we think somebody else is going to do it. Everybody needs to do their part. It's a big dragon we have to slay, and everybody has to take a piece of this dragon and get to work.
Let me ask you.
Agreed.
I'm gonna ask this one question though, and okay, so Big Mike, yeah, I understand, I agree, but I mean, but by sheer numbers, I mean, what if, you know? I mean, I really hope I'm wrong, but it sure is. All these men being raised by single mothers, all the abuse we suffer, the unfair biasness towards black males, black boys. And those black boys have to grow up to be men, but they don't get invested in, you know, all this stuff that's stacked up against us. I'm just saying, like,
Big Mike, let me answer this.
Man, no, that's the faint-hearted, man. Listen, in the scriptures, we got the faint-hearted. If you were faint-hearted and you about this war against the baby mama terrorists, you can go home. If you faint, don't break everybody else's heart. Don't have everybody else.
Please.
Well, vintage with vintage. Part of
I'm
what
not.
you're,
I know.
I get what you're saying, but part of I think the problem is you're looking at it as like, oh, well, if everybody is all 44 million black people gonna go to the promised land. Well, no one.
Yeah, exactly, Ed. Ed, yes.
Hey, you can't take everybody everywhere you go.
I
Yeah,
understand that.
Yes, Edward.
Do we have enough? Do we have enough numbers to go to? Do we have enough numbers? That's what I'm saying. Because
well, the thing
No, we don't.
nature is
No,
numbers.
everyone's gonna
Don't
make
have
it.
enough numbers.
No.
But
But we don't need. But at the same time,
the problem is we separate ourselves from the African, and the African separates himself from us.
Well,
True.
that's not even.
And so it looks like we don't have any numbers, but we actually consist of over 1 billion people on this planet.
We're the
majority on this planet. Did you know that?
Like,
we're
yo,
the
we're having like
majority
multiple
on this
different
planet.
conversations. I'm assuming vintage is talking about African Americans in this motherfucker. What we dealing with?
Yeah, I'm talking.
I
was talking about as far as ADO's people. I'm not talking about all the diaspora. I'm talking about ADO.
So as far
That's what I'm talking about.
as far as that, what I'm saying, a vintage is what you have to understand is that like there's different class levels in the black. There's a lot of stuff. So worry about being in your position, and then you get with like-minded black. You make it a priority that you need to be around like-minded black men and black women and black people. And look, I get it, because I'm from Chicago. And if you're in a certain city or a certain environment and that's all you know, like, understand, the way we process the world is through our 5 senses. So if you grew up in the same county and all you see is shit, I'm going to tell you something. One of the best decisions my mom ever made, and it was the decision my mom made, and nobody agreed with it, including my stepdad at first. But she pulled that card, and then he went along with it, and we were kids at the time, so we couldn't say shit, which is going from Chicago to North Carolina. I probably would have been good either way, but if you look at like my younger brothers and stuff, that probably changed the trajectory of their lives. My point is, environment matters. So a lot of what you feel, I don't know where you're at, could be predicated on the environment that you're in. So, and that's where was saying, like, the faint-hearted shit. Look past that. That's one of the reasons why we do talk about overseas and stuff, because a lot of not for sex necessarily, but people kind of need to get out of their environment to kind of see there's a bigger world, which is why when Mike was talking about the African thing, I understand that too. So it's just, but understand your job is to get around like-minded men. Our job is not save everybody. And then we create a community around that. So if we get remember, Haiti is 10 million people? We're 4 times that population. So if we get 10 million black people on point, that's going to change the trajectory of how other people act or they'll fade. So it's not as dire as what you're saying, but I do understand why you would think that way. I get it, because it is bad.
It's bad, man. But like I said, you can't take everybody everywhere you're going, and you have to shed off that dead weight, man. It's a lot of dead weight in the community, man. You just have to make yourself comfortable watching that dead weight shed off.
And Big Mike, and that's the problem. And that's the problem too. You got niggas that don't want to do that. So you got dudes that they can't let go. I'll tell you like this. Let's say you go to jail for selling drugs and you get out. I know dudes that have done that, and they have created businesses you would never believe a black man had. You would think a white person owned this establishment looked so good multiple times. Part of that is they got away from the dudes that were still on the BS. Now, maybe the dudes had a history, but those dudes changed as well. They still rock with those people. And part of black men's problem is we don't let go of the women that are not great, and we don't let go of the dudes that are still on the bullshit. Women do the same thing. As black people, we have to say, if you're still with the bullshit, I'm not anymore. And so you either gonna get off of it or I'm gonna slide away from you. And you don't tell them that. You show that in actions.
I'm glad you said it. This is why we got to separate ourselves. This is right.
It's just like someone that I always compare it. I make a comparison to if you live in a apartment and you have roaches and you're moving, you better leave those roaches where they are. Don't bring any of that shit with you. Everybody, even when we talk about the promised land, you look at the story with Moses, he didn't even make it. They didn't listen to God either. He didn't make it. So, bro, most of us ain't gonna make it there because of our mindset.
Hey, and another thing, Kareem, they would have been there 40 years sooner.
Yes.
Had the other ones not been slowing them down. So
yes.
these other niggas out here are only going to slow you down. You have to have the discernment to know who to leave behind.
Shout out Big Mike.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep, yep,
Exactly.
yep.
And that's why I said all the time, we have to change the law of the man, and we have to separate ourselves from these types.
And you gotta have the heart to lead their ass too, because that's something
Right.
we deal with these niggas. They ain't got the heart. When that one of the most disgusting, I hate using that word, but I'm gonna use it. The most disgusting thing I ever heard was a dude that was the father of that boy that woman killed. This story hasn't been covered, or at least I haven't seen. I think you covered it on another video, Palmer. That motherfucker, this woman shot her son over a USB stick.
Oh, you
shot him in the leg.
King
Let him
Sigma.
suffer.
King Sigma covered it. Yeah.
And then put two in between his eyes. Then he had the nerve to say, "But she was a good mother, though."
Not only that,
TV.
he said he justified, and that's why I'm like, wait a minute. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, him and the family, especially him, allowed that child to be there as a son husband to protect her or be there for her, and look what she did to him.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the mentality. That's not the first time I've heard that. I've heard that on another panel where a dude said it was about the Dre situation. And they said that you can forgive women for anything, and the dude was asked point blank, what if your daughter killed your grandchildren? And then he tried to use God to justify forgiving her. Now you know good and goddamn well if it would have been a son that killed grandkids, you wouldn't be hearing none of that. And that's part of that mentality.
No forgiveness. No forgiveness. No forgiveness.
They try to use that mental illness bullshit, just like the bitch that jumped off 190 floors with the newborn 3-year-old about postpartum. But she wrote a note saying I didn't want to leave him. I ain't trying to hear that.
No. You can have mental illness. I just want to know, do you understand what right and wrong is? And when you start fronting, I know you understand it.
Hey, at some point in time,
well said, Ed.
You got to start watching who you dumping babies in too.
That's number one.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got to start watching who you dumping babies in.
Check this out. The coach of condition, who's a therapy, came on here about this and said the first time she shot him, she had some type of mental illness. But by her grabbing that telephone, when they called, answer the phone, she came back, shot him in the head, was premeditated. Like I said, that bitch knew what she was doing.
Yeah, and as far as that, I mean, you got like 52 to 53% of black men that don't have kids. And as far as a lot of these dudes, if you look at the mentality that some of these dudes be having, where these women be doing the most, I'm not necessarily talking about the child support thing, but I'm talking about when it starts to rise into like killing and harming kids. Usually you find these dudes are on some absolute gynocentric soldier type bullshit. Like you need to check them for mental issues as well. Like not to let them off the hook.
Come from baby mama terrorists. They come from single mother. That's why I talked about it last time when I said we got separated. Steve, when I saw that Kevin Samuel show, we talked about it. This is the reason why I said we are never going to come to one accord, because these separate forces support these baby mama terrorists that we talk about and we expose.
Agreed. They're everywhere.
From New York, they came on here talking about, oh, I got custody and you both got custody and all that shit, and you ain't married. And I'm like, I just let him talk. That's why I let him do what he do.
Well, I mean, dudes like that, I mean, they don't, because the thing that really got me with him was the absolute, this is a lot of Northeasterners that generally comes to your panel. So it's like you talking about stuff where other dudes are in the same region as you. So you're not special. And he was just he was adamant about what he was saying. Like he just knew he was so right. As if we ain't got better shit to do than to be on social media, on YouTube talking this shit. Anyway,
bro, I saw real quick, Mr. Palmer. I was another dude on another channel. This dude was talking about he paid the child support, and because he didn't want his kid's mother talking crap to him to his kids. Then you know what this idiot turns around and says? But she's a good woman, though. But she was extorting you for money. But she's a good one. Come on, bro.
It's just a knee-jerk.
Come on, bro.
I've literally asked dudes, like, why did you say that? And then you know what they'll say, Corinne? They'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? But I'm gonna tell you know what I start to realize though, Edward, what it really is. They know what they did was stupid. So now they trying to backtrack and basically erase the stupid action that they committed. No, it was stupid. We all do stupid things. Just admit to it.
And to speak to what Big Mike was saying as far as dumping your kids and crazy females, that's why I did a whole series
I agree.
where I did nothing but lambast PJ Tucker. the dude with the Brittany Renner situation. And people were saying, well, why aren't you jumping on her? I'm like, the bitch wrote a book.
No, that's his
We
fault.
know who she is.
That's his
Like
Yeah.
she. I said. Let
told
me
on
break this.
herself.
Let me
Yep.
break this down for a second.
Yep.
So you got
told
your AAU coach, your college coach, your high school coach, your daddy. Every woman that's in your family has a vested female nature interest in you not getting with some random bitch that you got to give money up to, even if it's on for their own self motivation, which is going to motivate you to tell you not to deal with this chick. Then you got your dudes around you like, hey, this chick is 27. You bypass all of that because you want some light skin crazy, and then you got the nerve to get mad when she played you and the book. Then here's the thing: you knew that she had dealt with Colin Kaepernick. She dealt with dudes that were a lot more along on that track than you were. Then you bypass all of that, not just had sex with her, which is fine. You then got a kid, was almost trying to get married. Now you want to think you're going to get sympathy. My point is, unfortunately, you have to be used as an example to these other brothers as to what not to do and why nobody gives a shit. So yes, I understand what you're saying, Big Mike, about dudes need to be accountable to who they sleeping with. Yeah, because she's who she is. That's why she's bold enough to go to Jackson State, talk about hide your sons. Because she knows she light skinned, she crazy. I always say this. When niggas talk about light skinned pussy, the best pussy, I say at that point, whatever she do at that point is your fault. Because you know what you're dealing with.
Them niggas sound color struck.
That's
You
on
know
you.
what I'm saying? Them
Yeah,
niggas sound
now
color
somebody.
struck.
Now here's the thing. Now, if you see, like, she wrote a book, she been saying this before he got with her. I blame him, and I blame. His father might have told him, but he one-handed because what we always say, what my man say, that ass though, right? Yeah, that's his fault.
Oh, that ass or crazy, because they don't gotta be light skinned when you hear niggas talk that crazy pussy. Yeah, man, that's their good pussy. I'm like, well, you know what you're doing. So don't get mad about you taking drugs and then get mad about withdrawals. Remember, I told you all FTDs, STDs, FTDs. What are FTDs? Financially transmitted diseases. PJ Tucker's a perfect example of that. 18 years of a bitch trolling his ass for 18 years.
Yeah.
Which leads to mentally transmitted diseases.
Yeah, remember what Kanye West said? Kanye West said he had the your app, dude. I need to add that. I'll give you credit because that's a good one too. Because that's that generational curse bullshit.
You know
the
what?
Mentally, yep. Let me write that down.
I want to give a shout out to the other two dislikes. I'm gonna let Corey Holcomb speak his piece. You know how he feel about that.
Bitch, fuck all y'all.
Another thing I want to say, Shiloh been talking big words all in here. I ain't say nothing because I be asking her to come on here, but she don't. But she says a man responsible who gives his seed to and his seed. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But it still does not take away the factor of these Mother Earths and Goddess and so on that killed their children.
And they love saying that, but never hold themselves accountable for nothing. Stop. Stop.
They got 14. They got 14 versions of birth control, but you know.
Thank you.
Because
they hustling. That's why.
But the truth is, men don't circle. Here's the difference: men do not circle the wagon around bad men. When she will say that, and then she will defend that female for why she being messed up. Oh, he cheated on you, so that's why you blew up the car. Oh, this is this. You don't have a whole bunch of women calling that out. We got plenty of dudes, whether they
don't do that
soldier or other dudes acknowledging other dudes that do
that. And you know what else, Edward? Too, they put these shits in songs. I bust the windows out your car.
Yeah. Oh, don't
shit go platinum. Shit go platinum.
Don't read
the set though.
That's why,
you gotta look.
And that's why, like I say, even no matter what baby mama Tez does.
Shout out Jasmine.
Yeah, because in their mind, women believe it's either all your fault or all my fault.
And I apologize. Shiloh is a dude. I thought you was a woman. I thought the way that
I can understand why. You got a lot of these trans mentalities out here.
He said, "I'm a nigga."
Yo, Ed is on one right now.
I'm a nigga. Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm sorry, brother. I didn't know. I thought you was a woman. I'm sorry.
Well, then why would you say that when Big Mike already said that? So like, why would you say that in the chat?
He said, "I'm a nigga."
But think about this too.
I ain't gonna lie. Shiloh been talking all through the segment. I can't even say he just said this. He been talking all through it. I just ain't say nothing. So,
So women shouldn't be held accountable because accountability is against a woman. That's actually BS. That's because you know what the women. Go ahead.
Hello, since you're a man, because I thought you was a woman, but since you're a man, I know you're gonna come on here. Here's the link and speak your piece. Because the comments, man, you know, I can't take you seriously.
So what is he saying? Is he saying?
Thank you, Mr. Palmer.
Is he saying accountability
Thank you, Mr.
is
Palmer, for saying
against?
that.
Go ahead.
Holding ourselves accountable this whole stream.
Come on.
We just said that. We just said.
And
we just brought up PJ Washington.
And notice how he said accountability is against a female's nature. That's the mentality. You got mofos that make laws based on that. Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed justice to pathway. She said it. She said, and it wasn't a hot mic. She said it. The laws were never designed to hold women accountable. They're designed for men.
Listen, this is why.
You do know one time women, they were not even known to do crimes.
No, it's cool. But I was just gonna say this is why. Like Shallow, I thought you was a woman. I apologize. He been talking all through this shit. I ain't say nothing. I'm talking. He's saying the big words, the little words. So then, like I say, come on. I mean, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't know. I want to give a shout out to Melanie Ray. She said, "Can we start with teaching self-respect?" Thanks, Mr. Palmer. Y'all good. Subscribe. Yeah, we definitely got to take accountability.
Mr. Palmer calling you girly as fuck. You girly.
Let me tell you, nigga like Shiloh, real quick. Just be real quick. David Carroll has this video, and I really, really wish I could just give y'all the link so y'all could see the shit. But it's a video that before he did his video, it's this little 5-second clip, and it's a clip of a black girl and two young white boys, little boys. They are rubbing their hands. This is a recent clip, so COVID. They're running their hands all across two boys, one girl, this girl's face and hair. And then I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? But this is fucked up. And then the girl is looking up like WTF, and you hear this little giggle. And it took me a couple of times to really catch it. And then David Carroll to prove it. But he said that's the mother filming that. So the mother, it has her phone filming down her daughter having these little boys run their face like she's a pet. And you'll have a nigga like Shiloh talking about, well, it's against female nature to be accountable. See, Ayanna Van Zam did a whole bunch of videos about, and when these women poured their heart out to what they went through because of their mothers, the type of niggas that she let them in when hold on, she's got custody of the kids. So it's not no consolation to say a female is not accountable. She's a fucking adult. An adult is supposed to be, an adult female is supposed to be more accountable than a 12-year-old, 13-year-old little boy. And see, as dudes like you, this is why a lot of these people ain't protected, because you create this aura of they can't, you run interference with the guys that do want to do the protection. Because you all want to create this aura, ain't nothing nobody's fault, and y'all will vote with them bitches on this bullshit.
Yo,
let Mr. Goodbread and Tola speak.
You see what he just wrote? He said women are to be accounted for and men are to be held accountable.
Well, he did say children belong to the father.
And I was about to say something too, man. Now what
that's insane, bro. Women are adults.
Big Mike, Tola, and Mr. Goodbread haven't said anything. Please, let's hear from them, please.
Hey, I'll say
yeah, what's good, you guys? What's good, you guys?
Good night. How you doing?
Hold on. Mike wanted to say something real quick. Let him say something. Why you running the panel, Atticus?
Goddamn. Hold on, Mike. Go ahead.
I want to hear from Big Mike.
I just wanted to say, man, that first of all, Shiloh said something that was important. Then he came back and corrected. You know, you got to be careful who you give your seed to. You're not giving your seed to anybody. You holding that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? And then at which point in time you're supposed to deliver. That's why they call it delivery, because you're delivering that motherfucker back to me.
Yes.
Back in the days, the old folks used to say, who you having a baby for? And I'm from the country. You see what I'm saying? Old ladies be like, who you having a baby for? That's what they would ask the young ladies. Look, women are not supposed to be held, are not held to the same account we are. Not saying they're not supposed to be held accountable, but like dude said, they are
not
supposed to be accounted for. You see what I
Not
mean?
the same standard.
Right now, we got a bunch of unaccounted for women, and we got a bunch of dudes raised by unaccounted for women getting unaccounted for women pregnant. It's becoming a domino effect. It's a snowball
it's been
effect.
that.
It's a fucking avalanche.
Right. And that's why you got majority that sit back and say, oh, well, you know, this don't exist.
Mr. Palmer.
Yeah, and
Can
the
we
way
hear
you
from Tola and Mr.
and the real
Goodbread, please?
way you deal
Hey,
with
man, be
that
cool,
is
man.
you
He gonna
isolate
flip you next.
you isolate the problem. See, this is where you not wanting to let people
That's not
go.
how you deal with it.
You know,
He said accounted for. Accounted for means the father's one to count. That's what a diary is about. The father's accountable for his daughter. That's why he the one to give her away in marriage.
yeah, but I understand
African,
all that.
yes.
I understand.
Unity. That's African. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I understand that. We're not those laws don't reflect what the fuck that is here. Let's call that 100%. Like those that is not
Ed.
America.
Yeah.
So if you in
Not
Kenya,
the law.
you know, if you somewhere that what the laws are the tender years doctrine means that which they switched up right along when they switched, they gave these bitches the right to abort, by the way. It was right around the same years. It was like 73 to 78, the same era. Basically said the mothers go the kids go to the mothers. See, before then they did go to the fathers. I'm not saying the dudes shouldn't try to do that. I'm just saying the legal infrastructure to what we have is what creates the situation.
Very
what
true.
We gotta make
Yes.
we gotta make.
Yes, Ed. Yes.
I'm glad you said that, Edward, because I swear we be living in La La Land, bro. We want to act like this is 15th century Arabia somewhere.
And conceptually,
right to vote.
Tola, unmute Tola.
They
we don't bring that back. We don't bring fathers back in the house.
They 51% of the block, bro.
But it wasn't. But it was never. But hold on. It was never the. Here's the problem. It was never father's choice to leave. The reality. This is why when you hear women talk this shit about the crack era and all that, the truth is, as highest race that black. Remember, there's more black men in prison than there are in America. Than there are women in prison across the planet. Look that shit up. That is real. But even at our highest prison rates, it was never enough to flip the society the way black community the way it is. So when they talk about all y'all was in prison, all of y'all is that, all of y'all is this, not mentioned in the stepfather plan that all these black men were raising kids that weren't there, like in the 90s and in the early. See, we never get credit for that.
Bro, Ed, that's an insult. Go on, Tola.
I'm gonna let Mr. Goodbread speak.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Goodbread. I'm gonna fuck out of here.
No doubt, yo. Like I said, peace to everybody on the panel. Yo, everybody got a great mindset and great points. But it come down to this just being modern day slavery with the woman being gifted as being the master, and we as men is her property, and the kids is her property. Only way you're gonna come out of that. Only way you're gonna come out of that is by not giving your seed over to the woman. That's the only way. Once you give your seed to the woman, then she gonna partner with Zaddy, and they gonna run you through the woodshed. That's how
trap.
that is.
That's a trap, Mr. Goodbread.
Honestly, guys, this war, this gender war, is between the baby mama terrorist and her kids, her offspring. It's between the hell of a mothers and the hell of a sons. It don't got nothing to do with the men that are trying to become the best version of themselves. And it don't got nothing to do.
It does. Because when we are involved, Mr. Goodbread. Mr. Goodbread, I heard you on Lapeef.
Now,
I heard you on Lapeef, and I respect you.
You advocated for Mr. Goodbread to talk, and now you running interference with what he's saying.
No, Edward, why are you talking over me, talking over him?
When you become the best version of yourself, man, you ain't thinking about nothing but your purpose and your goal in life.
Mr. Goodbread.
So you ain't got time
Don't you see what's going on, Mr. Goodbread?
Ideologies, huh?
Mr. Goodbread, I heard you on Lapeef the other day. I really respect you.
Hold on. Let him talk, bro. You finished, Goodbread?
No. He said he got a question. I ain't dumb. He got a question, so I'll spit it because I know his question.
I'm not trying to disrespect anybody on this panel. Everybody on this panel, I respect.
Let Mr. Goodbread go.
Goodbread finish, bro.
Yeah, finish, bro.
Yeah, but we you know what I mean. It come down to us men. We gotta wean away from that spell that our moms put on us. You know what I mean? Zaddy know when he removed when he biologically removed the guidance out of the crib, because that's what the dad is.
Instead of getting fucking receivers.
the dad, we did a discipline. We did a discipline. We did a structure. We did a form some type of structure. The moms is always going to be raising the kids in a delusional manner because biologically, the moms is emotional. So she's going to raise them from a nurturing point of view. She's going to raise them from a delusional point of view. When you remove the dad, who is the structure and who is the discipline, then you're going to always have delusional kids and entitled kids. So what we have now, we have a bunch of women who think that because they can take their own child and they can get an entitlement program from Zaddy, that they can do it on their own, while they're not realizing once you take that entitlement program for Zaddy, you automatically throw away your generational curse. I mean, you automatically throw away your generational wealth.
It's the long.
You know what I mean? The generation.
Can I ask you a question right now? Can I ask you a question real quick?
Go ahead, man.
Yes.
I know you're biblical because I heard you on a piece the other day.
Very.
That's why I said, with all due respect, I'm not disrespecting anybody on this panel. All these gentlemen are clued up. I can see this. It's visible. What I'm asking is this. It's like people are who they are. Okay? You can't change who they are. Fundamentally.
People not who they are. People are who they was created into becoming. Because nobody was created evil. Nobody was created messed up.
People, get to the point. All I'm saying is this. People are who they are. Yes, you can say nobody was created evil, etc., etc. But we know, we see it. People are who they are. You can't change who they are. So, how do you approach you personally?
You want to go and I'll bring it up and then I have it here.
Hey, man, check it out,
Sorry.
man.
Somebody's
I think we
speaking.
still
Sorry.
keep looking for existential source of our woes, man. That shit's internal, bro. You know,
No, I agree. No, I agree with you. I agree.
We are who we are. Is putting it off on somebody else.
Get money, man. That's the purpose of the society, right? Just get money, take care of your family.
Guess what? I agree with.
Guys,
I agree with. Sorry.
Hey, check this out. I want to give a shout out.
Sorry, guys, not to cut you off real quick. But on some man joint, right? All this is about.
You can't cut off.
Yeah.
Hey, order in the court. Order in the court. Hey, Palmer's about to say something.
Listen. I was asking a question, but nobody let me finish.
Hold on, guys.
On some up and down joint, just to help the brothers, to help the audience. As a man, right? This whole thing is about you being on your purpose and never idolizing the coochie. Every man that's struggling right now, every man that's struggling right now, and that's as per God. You know what I mean? And listen, I ain't up here trying to be no preacher's son or nothing, but I follow my life and I get my results because I follow the instructions. I follow the Bible, guys. And just because I follow the Bible don't mean I'm a preacher, I'm a holier than thou. It's just like if I had to paint this wall and I got instructions on how to paint this wall. Just because
I agree with you on Lapif.
Just because I read the instructions on how to paint this wall don't mean I'm a painter. It just means I've read the instructions on how to paint this wall correctly. And the problem with the Bible is people didn't follow the instructions the way it was supposed to be, and they got fucked up results. So now they want to just throw the shit beside. They want to throw it to the side. But if they would have followed the results, if we would have kept our ding-a-ling in our pants and not and until we got on our purpose, until we got some sense, then we wouldn't have these problems. Likewise, with the other gender.
Bro, yes, they may know the law, but they do not understand the grace. I know you know what that means.
It's really
the
not.
law came. Ed, 1 second. Ed, 1 second, my bro. 1 second. Let me just speak to this brother. 1 second, my brother. Please. The law came with Moses, but its grace came with Christ. I know you understand what that means, my bro. I saw you on the piece.
It's just about
That's why I agree
sacrifice,
with
man.
you.
We can't. Don't complicate common sense. Don't complicate common sense, because sometimes we have a sense of complicating it, and then that's what deters people from wanting to listen to it. It's simple. It's about sacrifice. You have to sacrifice what didn't work for you to try something new and get the newer results. If you continue to keep holding on to the old version of yourself, which ain't get you nowhere, but in court,
Sacrifice,
then
yes.
you're gonna always get the same results. That's all it's about. It's not hard. Like the
Ed
Bible,
gone. No,
the
no, no.
instructions is not hard.
All right, guys. Look. Judge Palmer finna say something. Go ahead, Judge.
Tola.
Oh no, Atticus.
Tola,
Atticus, calm
please.
down, bro. Atticus, calm down, bro.
Be cool, dog.
All right, go ahead, Judge.
Hey, no, I was gonna say, let me give a shout out to Kay. Appreciate you, sister, for the 499. Said, much respect to you, Mr. Palmer. Shout out to you. That's KA. You know what I'm saying, for the Pew Show. Subscribe to him over there. Shout out to MPI for the $2 donation. She said, one love, hashtag Cows Gang. I wanted to let Noble speak his piece, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get back on the couch.
Peace. Good evening, everyone. It was a dope dialogue. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Big Mike. I'm glad to see you back up. It's not enough time. You know, we need to get up out of here. Let Mr. Palmer do his thing. But I think y'all made a lot of good points. I think these are conversations that we need to have. I see Brother Edwards and, other YouTubers that are up here. We can definitely take this conversation there. I'll be there to continue this conversation if any one of y'all do a live. Y'all do
I
it.
think Edward said he was doing a live.
Yeah, I'll be there, and we can
I'll
just
be
go.
there,
from
Ed.
No, I was saying that I was offering to do one rather than freezing a conversation over.
Do it, Ed.
Yeah,
Do
go
it.
ahead. Yeah,
Stop
go ahead and
talking,
do the
Ed.
live.
Do it.
Atticus,
I'll be there.
calm down. Hold on.
You might as well.
Yeah,
Cool.
do the live,
definitely.
Ed. Do the live.
Definitely, I think because it's a lot of things that people brought up. This conversation between us here in North America and them over on the continent, and I think that's a big conversation. And I think we kind of, what the topic of the show is about the child abuse. That anybody that watch me talk, that's what I talk about. The child abuse that so-called Black females do to our children is outlandish. They running Holocaust. They're running Holocaust numbers in their wombs, and it need to be brought up, bro. Like, if we don't solve the problem, like I said on my one of the videos I made, I said if every seed that we have gets compromised, it gets tainted, when will we ever receive a harvest?
Exactly. I
my
agree.
God.
And that's why I say
Shout out to the caller. Shout out to bro, man. Shout out to bro, man.
we gotta get ourselves in order, man. That's why I say we have to separate ourselves, because the majority of society is not.
I didn't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know.
Yeah, and Big Mike, bro. If you got a channel, please link it somewhere.
Oh yeah,
It's already in the link.
It's been in the chat.
It's in the chat. There it is right here.
Hey,
yeah,
I
man.
looked at an old show he did, bro. He just be driving fire, bro. I need to pay attention to bro. He
Man,
be
appreciate
really
you, bro.
driving fire.
Appreciate you.
All right, but I gotta go and get out of here, man. I gotta finish running my child's post tomorrow.
Salute to you, Mr. Palmer. Word. Thank you for having me on the show, man. All the time.
Hey, I got a couch too, man. If y'all can see my couch, man.
You got a couch.
Salute, Mr. Palmer.
Yo, fellas, who said they was going live? Yo, who's going live?
That's
So I
In
can
the bedroom. I got a couch in the living room, but I got a couch in the bedroom too.
And let me go last.
Edward,
I'm hoping Edward. Yeah,
Hey,
Edward.
Judge, let me go last when you get.
Oh, go ahead, bro. I'm gonna get on the couch.
All right. First, I'm gonna drop Mike's what's the name? His YouTube channel in the chat. And guys, I know we all want to talk when we get on here, bro, but it's bad for the listeners, like the truck drivers that's listening, when everybody's talking over each other. Atticus, bro, I know you very passionate, bro, and I know you want to get on here and say your piece, and just take your time. And Tolo, I know this is your first time, bro, and you did a good job, bro. You did a good job. I appreciate you coming on, man. But guys, we're men on here, man. Like, we know not to talk over each other and stuff like that. That's why I'm the bailiff, because I control the chat. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I jump on the panel just in case y'all niggas get out of line. Because my girl over here laughing at this shit. But look,
Yo, respect to you. I salute you. And I listen, I'm humbled.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
nah, bro. We really
I hope it was a
appreciate
good
you.
show, man.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean,
a good
since
show.
I was on,
Yeah, Atticus, bro. You talk so much in a good way, respect. Do your own
Listen,
show.
I love y'all and I love myself, and I gotta say my piece. But I'm humbled and I respect what you're saying. I really do.
Hey, we respect you. I wouldn't have sent you the link to get on here if we didn't respect you. But bro, you need to start up this YouTube channel, bro. You very controversial. People will come over and watch, bro. You can talk as much as you want. Get all the haters, bro, and all that. So other than that, we finna shut this show down.
You know you're
I'm about to-
mod.
I'm finna
If
get
I-
to the couch.
you know
Yeah.
you're mod. Straight up. When I start a channel,
Shout out
you're
to the
mod.
panel, man. Shout out to Mr. Palmer,
All right,
man. Yo,
all right,
Mr.
Judge
Palmer, you
Palmer,
opening doors, man. You opening
Oh, yeah.
doors.
Shout out to Mr. Goodbread, man, and y'all definitely
Mr.
tune over
Goodbread.
to my boy Edward Anderson. I'm gonna tune over there in a minute too.
Mr.
Yeah.
Goodbread.
All right, Atticus, we on the 2-hour mark. Judge Palmer about to get on
Yeah.
the couch, bro. Let's shut it
On
down.
the couch. You know what I'm
Shut
saying?
it
So I
down.
appreciate Noble. Y'all need to subscribe to Noble. Y'all need to subscribe to Mr. Goodbread. You need to subscribe to Big Mike Drop. Y'all need to subscribe. Well, Kareem ain't got no account. He should, but we already know what it is on that. So we definitely gonna keep doing what we do. Mr. O from Inglewood up in here, man. Shout out to you, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go and kick rocks, do what I do best, and run for my child's pope.
Peace.
Shit. All right, Kareem, man. Y'all be easy, man.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Honey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna be live now. I'm gonna be live tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna be like 1 or 2 o'clock. So tomorrow I'll be on it like I normally, like 2 o'clock. Friday, it might be around 12 o'clock. I'm not sure, Central Time. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I say, man, we already know as men, we got to take accountability for action. And that's the one thing I always stress out. But that don't deteriorate from what these baby mama tears cause. It don't. Because like I say, when y'all say, well, you should have got married, a lot of men been married, and guess what? Divorce, alimony, child support, alienation, and so on. Then y'all say, well, you should have picked better. Motherfuckers, we ain't psychic. Because when it's the other way around, y'all say it's his fault anyway. So that's what I say. You can't make this shit up. But at the same time, we all dialogue about everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna continue to do this. Like I said, they're not gonna talk about the deaths of what these baby mama terrorists do, or what the government daddy allowed. You know what I mean? But as men, we definitely have to keep take accountability, which that's the first thing we have to do in order to change the law in our mind. So yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Y'all definitely tune over to Edward Anderson. You know what I'm saying? He can continue with the different black coaches and everything, ADOS and so on. And shout out to the rest of the baby mama terrorist bounty hunters. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support. Peace.
Baby mama terrorists. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups.
Riding around, try to play the role, Miss Innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake halos. Behind closed doors, she rocked them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worrying about another bitch instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this.
It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, almost y'all support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. You fucking income fucking poop.
Truth is what it is.
How dare you do this to me? How do you live with yourself?